What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Pat Cave. We've got another unboxing video for you today. This isn't actually a licensed prop replica. This is just a one-of-a-kind item that I was able to find online, and I've wanted for a very long time. I've actually had it for a few days now, but I've been waiting to do this video to unbox it. So stick around, and we're going to take a look at it right after this. All right, so the year is 2011, and I lived up here at that time, and there was a movie I remember reading about online called Cabin in the Woods that was going to be coming out, and it was kind of like a play on, Evil Dead, and it had the quintessential cabin in the woods. It had a little surprise at the end, and this is a huge spoiler alert, so if anybody doesn't want to be spoiled that hasn't seen it, I would turn this off before it's too late. This is your spoiler warning. This is your spoiler warning. This is your spoiler warning. Tough to talk. Group of teens goes out to the woods to stay at this cabin to party for the weekend and let loose. And as it turns out, this isn't just the average, getting slaughtered at a cabin in the woods or getting attacked. I mean, that part does happen in the movie. We've got Chris Hemsworth. That was back before he was the mega star that he is now. So the kids go out to a cabin at the woods. They go for a night of partying. They find a basement. Of course they do. Go down there. There's all these creepy little objects down there and stuff that they find. And they end up kind of each picking up something while they're down there. And what happens is, while they're looking at these different objects, there's like a point where they can interact with them, where it summons a monster that's just actually underground, being held underground under the cabin in this huge government research facility. They end up summoning the I think it was called the Redneck Torture Family, the Buckners, as we all know, zombie hillbillies that live out in the woods. They come and start terrorizing them. But while all this is happening, there's actually, the underground labs, like a whole other part of the movie where there's the government is basically has all these monsters contained down there. Really cool idea, I thought. And it definitely could stand for a whole movie on its own about the underground lab there where they've got all the creatures in these elevators. And a lot of them are, due to copyright, they have their own versions of certain characters. One of them bared a strong resemblance to Pinhead from Hellraiser. One of the Cenobites, they wear the leather clothes, and they have all the wounds. Pinhead had the nails in his head. In Cabin in the Woods, they've got, I believe the actor's name was Greg Zak, who played Fornicus, which was the Hell Lord on the whiteboard that they have down there when they're placing their bets on which monsters are going to get summoned. He is basically, this guy's got like saw blades in his head. And in this case, the prop we've got here today is from Cabin in the Woods. Loved it. I loved all the monsters. Monsters are my thing. Write books on the sides of this. Got a Monster Squad poster hanging right over here. Actually, love that movie. My brother got that for me. Let's go ahead and unbox this, and then I could talk a little bit about it and the history of it. So, I actually found this online from a seller and who doesn't wish to be named. And I've actually, a long time ago, I was trying to procure one of these, and for whatever reason, they never made replicas of them. I guess because it's more of an obscure thing, but I love artifact type props, like Indiana Jones type stuff. Things that look old and kind of like relics. That's what most of these things are in here. But ended up finding this online, and I was super excited because I've wanted one of these since the movie came out, and they've never been available, and I just happened to find this one online, and the seller had one. They were nice enough to sell it to me. And yeah, I was able to find a seller online that had one of these that was willing to sell it to me. And it's actually a lot heavier than I thought it would be, which is kind of cool. A little weight behind these things always gives them a little more life, in my opinion. And there we have it. The puzzle sphere from Fornicus, the Hell Lord in the movie. And this one is actually molded off the original prop, so it's not just, you know, my interpretation of it or someone else's. This is exactly what you would have seen on screen. Of course, this one wasn't held by the actors, but nevertheless. So it looks like, so it's painted with some kind of base coat that was like a tan, sort of like a brownish color, almost like stone. That's how I would describe it, kind of like a stone color. And then it has all this silver metallic paint on here, which is really cool. And it actually looks like metal. Like when I had seen some pictures of it being finished, I didn't think it was going to be quite as metallic looking as it is, though, seeing it in person. It probably just has a lot to do with the lighting, but it's really, really shiny. It looks just like the movie. It's got all, and just to give people, you know, a little info here. Like I said, Fornicus, the Hell Lord, he was based off of Hellraiser from Pinhead, which I also have the puzzle box from that one. It's brass and mahogany, but it'll kind of give you an idea on the scale and everything. So let's see. So this is the puzzle box from Hellraiser. This is a replica of the one in the movie. It's got laser etched brass panels, really beautiful mahogany wood, and it came with this little stand. I got that maybe 10 years ago or more, but this was, you know, their interpretation of it from Cabin in the Woods. As you can see, the size is pretty similar. Some people might kind of like seeing those two side by side to get an idea. I always assumed it was probably pretty close to this size, which it is. It's actually a little bigger than I thought it would be, which is nice. I'll put some close-up footage in there. And this isn't just like a static orb. It actually turns. You can move the pieces like this. All the sections turn. Really freaking cool. Super excited to get one of these finally. I've wanted one of these forever. Yeah, and it looks like this piece, these two pieces turn here. Yeah, really, really cool. So we've got all the, so it's got the different sections. It has like a metallic paint used for the silver here. It looks like real metal too. And I believe that the original orbs, he said that they CNC'd. Rick Gomez was the original designer of the orbs when the movie came out. I think I don't know how many he ended up making for the movie. I would guess a couple. I know he did a few different versions, and he said that they used magnets inside to kind of get the rotation to work and stuff. I believe that he said these pieces were laser engraved. They have little glyphs in here. And he said that, so on this one, all these pieces, all this silver, you know, it's all hand painted, and the silver pieces are actually CNC'd, I believe, on the original version he did. And don't quote me on this because I'm not an expert. This is only what I read online. But he said that each of these little silver pieces were CNC'd originally, and CNC is metal. So basically, like, cut it from metal, individually put on each of these pieces. But I believe he said that it was kind of hard for the actors to, you know, manipulate the sides. So it looks like, I believe he ended up molding those pieces as single pieces and then sort of putting them all together. And that's what this is here. And it's actually got quite a bit of weight. This must be at least a pound or two. No, it's not 2 pounds, but it's definitely at least a pound, I would say. Spins, top spins, really, really cool. It's super neat seeing it next to the Hellraiser sphere too, just so you can get an idea of the scale. And there's all sorts of, yeah, like I said, little symbols laser engraved on here, just different things. I'm not exactly sure if they were fictionalized, you know, created for the movie, or if these were things that he had to design himself, or if they were found. I don't really recognize any of them. A really cool little prop. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, my little informational session there. I know that it's not perfect. I don't really know a ton about the orbs. I just know that it's a really, really cool prop. I'm super happy to add it to my collection. Thank you so much to the person that was willing to sell it to me. I know this is the only one I've ever seen out in the wild. I believe the original maker, Rick, was going to do a run of them back when the movie came out, and for whatever reason he ended up not doing it. Probably just not enough time, I'm guessing. If you work in Hollywood doing props, you probably don't have time for that kind of stuff, but I was able to find this one. Super excited, really cool prop, be able to add it to my artifacts in here. And yeah, thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next week.